Natarajan from Super Teacher Edu Reforms. We keep conducting a lot of teacher training programs and write computer science curriculum. We have taken this initiative of Super Sunday Workshop in order to enable and provide the exposure to all the teaching fraternity, especially from Indian education system, enabling of the exposure towards the latest advancements, the latest trends, the latest circulars, policies, frameworks that are announced by the Ministry of Education to make it simple, crisp, and clear, making this 40 to 45 minutes of session to be like a summary of the big documents that come, get launched in the form of all these policies and circulars. So with that intention, considering October to be the month of, a month on the awareness of cyber safety and security, we wanted to address this particular topic for 2 continuous Sundays. So last time we did some part of it, and this time we'll be more focused on safety aspect. Last time when we did that, we understood the digital literacy aspect of it, what exactly cyber safety and security is all about. But this time, let us understand the nuances of what a teacher or a student could do in order to be safe online. What exactly does that mean? So anyways, let's quickly start with the session with a simple note of happy Navratri to one and all. And today I think it's the first day, and I think most of you are there into celebrations. But anyways, even if it's Navratri, even if it's Diwali, even if it's Holi, or even if it's any festival coming out there, including Christmas for that matter, Super Sunday workshops will continue to happen. So probably I might disturb you every Sunday 10 to 11 as a part of maintaining the integrity of saying that will be there on every Sunday. That's the only intention. The side effects are that your family is not going to like sitting in front of the computers, taking notes, and especially learning on a Sunday. Same is the case with my family as well, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's maintain the continuity. Here we go. So let's quickly start with the session for today. And before starting, I've released something interesting to talk about. And for that, I need to share my screen and show you something called as certificate of impact. So for that, 3, 2, 1, you shall see this. Well, certification of impact or certificate of impact is an initiative taken by Super Teacher Edu Reforms. First of all, with this particular initiative, it's happening because of the support and the encouragement that I'm getting from various principals and teachers across the schools across India. So first of all, thank you for all the encouragement for us to make us, continue all these sessions. But somewhere we also wanted to have some sort of an encouragement on the other side as well. So what we did is, I'm just showing you the actual PDF document on the same. For that, I need to press escape, and here we go. So I'll be sharing this document with all of you. And in order to encourage the people who have been really phenomenal, for encouraging the other people to join the workshop. So for example, here in this case, if I talk about, Sukdira ma'am, or Vaishali ma'am, or Sonali ma'am, or army public school principals like Sangeeta ma'am, various other people. I remember so many people out there who have actually passed on this information of Super Sunday workshop happening every Sunday. And many people have been attending because of your information getting passed on to multiple levels. And I would like to thank you by, doing something really tangible that can really, build up your career, and more importantly, also come up with the scope of more learning. For that, I came up with a simple mechanism as a token of gratitude. And that mechanism is like anytime, whenever a teacher is joining because of you, just imagine if because of Vaishali ma'am, somebody is joining, then that particular person who's joining because of Vaishali need to tell that I'm joining because of Vaishali. She's the one who gave me this link. If there are 50 people, who are joining through Vaishali ma'am, then I would like to thank Vaishali ma'am in the form of certificate of impact. Certification of impact will be a serious certificate from our side, wherein you will be the teacher ambassador for empowering the other teaching fraternity for encouraging people to join the session. I am not saying that this is going to be only for Super Teacher. It could be for various other programs as well. But right now, with the limited bandwidth that I have, I'll be able to track only the Super Sunday workshops. So with that, we have come up with this idea In order to recognize your efforts and promote the Super Sunday workshops, we would like to appreciate you with the certification of impact to all those educators who were active in this process. The goal to have at least 50 new educators joining through you in a total course of 3 Super Sunday workshops. That means the upcoming. That means we will have these Sundays as the 22nd November to 29th November and the 5th, sorry, 22nd October, 29th October, and 5th November. These are the 3 Sundays that we'll be calculating. And each of these Sundays, if there are 50 people, not each, total put together, if there are 50 people joining because of you, then we will be able to provide you the certification. Yeah. So every teacher, whenever she's joining, she needs to tell that so and so person suggested me. How? By following a format. And that format is something like your first name and the last 3 digits of your mobile number. For example, the teacher who gave this information is Vasudevan, and the phone number is 9790941568. The code would be Vasudevan 568. So the name and the last 3 digit of your phone number. I'm just coming up with the phone number last 3 digits so that it's kind of unique in nature. That's the reason. Maybe here the clashes can happen, but we'll cross verify with that respective person. So the name with the 3 digit last 3 digit of the phone number has to be put by the new joinees who came through the other person. I hope everybody's able to understand this. So Vaishali 875 is the last 3 digits of her phone number, for example. So in that case, it should be like that. So when there are Vaishali 875 50 times in a course of 3 Sundays, then Vaishali ma'am will be awarded with the certificate of impact. I hope everyone is able to understand this. Well, the registration process, new teachers must enter this code during the Zoom registration and the reflection form to be accounted for. The benefits is the new educators would have access to these certified workshops and are eligible to participate in the certification of impact scheme, whatever we are talking about, from the following workshop onwards. Recognitions, teachers who successfully bring in 50 new attendees will receive the certificate of impact. In addition to the certificate, as a token of gratitude, educators will also be awarded with a voucher that would act like a discount coupon for enrolling in any program or a course organized by Super Teacher Edu Reforms. So this is something that minimum I can do right now in order to encourage participation and recognize the people who have been impacting. Even now, if you feel that this particular principal has told me, for example, Sonali Sarkar ma'am from Ashok Vihar School, sorry, Sishu Vihar, and yes, Ashok Hall group of schools. And if you say that she's the one who gave this information, you can put Sonali, then the last 3 digits of her phone number. Try getting that. Yeah. The timeline will be for 3 Sundays at the current scenario, 22nd, 29th, and 5th November. It is essential for participating teachers to ensure that the new teachers enter the correct participant code during Zoom registration and the reflection form to track the referrals accurately. We appreciate the dedication of educators in spreading knowledge and look forward to a successful collaboration during the Super Sunday workshop. This PDF will be shared on the chat, and you can actually go ahead and do that. Loreto schools have been phenomenal. Many people have been joining regularly. Just find who was the person who gave you that information and start filling up the code. Let us encourage each and every one of us. That's it. So that this is with respect to the context. I'll talk about this again in the end. But anyways, let's quickly start with the actual agenda of the day. And that's going to be on cyber safety and security. We'll quickly go with the revision of what exactly happened in the past, in the previous Sunday. And this is how it looks like. So cyber safety and security by Super Teacher. We understood that cyber safety during our last workshop, which was on the last Super Sunday, and the video is there on the YouTube, Super Teacher official YouTube channel. You can subscribe to it to get regular updates. And responsible use of information, communication technology. It's about keeping information safe and secure, but also being responsible with that information, being respectful to other people online, and using good internet etiquette. This was the definition given by various places, but this is somewhere which I have taken from the CBSE training portal. Teaches all these topics that I'm talking about is not going to be spoken only by Vasudevan. It's also spoken already by many eminent personalities under the bracket of NCRT, CBSE. I'm probably just listening to them and coming up with a crisp version of the same. So it's my humble request to all of you to please go subscribe to the NCRT CBSE channels and go through the training programs. I'll in fact give you the accurate links also in few minutes. It includes body of technologies, processes, and practices designed to protect networks. Network is all about, do you remember we understood what exactly internet is all about? Yeah, we'll talk about that again a little bit today. Programs and data from attack, damage, or unauthorized access. This is what was the definition. Let's quickly go forward. We understood the story of Trojan horse. It was like the Greece wanted to defeat the Troys, and they came up with a gift called as a wooden horse, and the soldiers were hidden inside it. So bad. That's so cunning of them. But they did a good job because everything is fair in love and war. That's what people say. That's so wrong. No, I don't believe in that. Let's continue. Let's continue. Before understanding the above words, we need to understand what exactly internet is. We wanted to understand internet is. We realized that, and we understood that each and everything that's happening in on the world of internet, in the world of internet, is happening through the wire connections. So internet can work via satellites, Wi-Fi fidelities, wireless fidelities are there, but more importantly, there is an actual underground cable that is connected from my home to your home right now. There is a cable. That is the reason you are able to see me. So this particular aspect of internet we came to know with the wired connections. Yeah. Then we went to that website to understand that, which is called as submarine cable map, and this keeps on getting updated on a regular basis. So this is with respect to the way of internet's functionality. And then we went to the next slide where we understood what is cybersecurity in the form of a video, where we found that how people get into attacking and commit some crimes which are not really suggested. We took the content directly from our own computer science curriculum called as the supercomputer curriculum, and we spoke about what exactly cyber attack is, what exactly black hats are, or who are these people, and we continued working on it. Cyber crimes were divided into 5 major areas. These are identity theft, password theft, phishing, malware attack, ransomware attack. This is the basic understanding of some of the cyber crimes. But honestly speaking, the list of crimes coming under cyber crimes is huge. It keeps on getting increased and increased. And we can actually put them under certain brackets. For example, wherever there is somebody who is representing your name. Just imagine Vaishali ma'am is going to a school and saying that I am Vasudevan and I'm going to conduct this session. And if people can't really see her, people will believe that that's me. And this is where Vaishali ma'am very nicely stole away my identity, something like that. But how is this even possible? It's possible online. It's definitely possible online. So we talked about identity theft. We had the meaning of all these things one by one, little by little. I think some of us understood. For some of us it was kind of a bouncer, but this particular training program, because I saw that in the feedback, we'll try to make it a little more clear with all such terms. Password theft was one of them. Phishing was a very nice activity where you think they are actually entering some data on a particular website, but actually that's a fake website. Phishing, it's a fake phishing. Yeah, so that's why it's called as phishing. Yeah. Malware attack was a software that is installed in your system where it'll create some kind of interrupt in the regular flow or the work of your software. That's what we understood with malware. And for this malware, we were speaking about the antivirus softwares that has to be installed. And I think there was a discussion on Windows Defender being the best, right, which is already present in the Windows or the operating system itself. Every operating system will have their own antivirus capabilities. So we should use that. That's what we're talking about. Ransomware is about hacking your system and asking for money. As simple as that. Just ignore them. That's what we were talking about. We continued how educational systems, it's important for cyber safety and security to be taught in educational systems. We also understood that in 21-22 academic year, somewhere around that, some of the countries that were highly targeted for hacking, major institutes, and what are the type of attacks. We discussed all these things in the last Sunday workshop. I would request you to get into it. Then we also understood CIET chart a little bit. We'll talk about that as well today. And we understood what is copycats and copyrights. This story was quite funny, and it's like quite a unique thing. I think you remember this, right? So there was this photographer who kept his camera in the forest. Basically, he wanted to see what's happening. Surprisingly, some monkeys came over there, took the mobile phone, they started taking their own selfies. And this particular photo was the cover page of that particular photographer, which you can see on the screen right now. Suddenly some animal activists, they came into picture and they said that no, you can't use these pictures because these pictures are not taken by you. You don't own the ownership of that particular pictures, even if it's your mobile phone. So ultimately, the animal activist over there won the case, and it was said that this particular photo belongs to that particular monkey. Unfortunately, the person has to remove the picture, and he was not given the ownership of the photo over there. So the law that is present in the world of cyber safety and security is gradually evolving day by day. There are a lot of updates. POXO Act has got a lot of updates coming into picture. Posh Act has got a lot of updates into the picture. We'll talk about some of them today. This was the last slide that we had, but today we are going to get into something called as digital citizenship. What exactly digital citizenship is, which is again a bigger umbrella under which cyber safety and security is one small aspect of it. So under digital citizenship, you also have this very important thing called as how to be a responsible user of internet. What do you mean by responsible user of internet? Let's talk about it. So this is one of the contexts that we have in grade 4 in computer science curriculum. I would like to talk about it. Watch this very carefully, teachers. You will love this. In 2019, a woman was very excited. Shashwati ma'am, I'm sorry. Actually, the screen is shared. You're not able to see it. I would request you to check your screen once more. I'm resharing the screen. So in 2019, a woman was very excited because she had qualified for a rare opportunity, an internship with NASA. Now, that's a very important thing. She posted the news on Twitter, wanting to show off to the whole world her achievement. People become really excited. They put things on social medias. It could be WhatsApp stories as well. Come on. Yeah. In her excitement, she made a small blunder, which had a serious consequence. What exactly happened? Let's explore. So now the students undergo the chapter of what's a digital citizenship and what do you mean by digital citizenship superhero. And then the chapter gets concluded. The conclusion is, thus we have learned the rights and responsibility of being a digital citizen. Let's get back to the woman and her NASA internship. What exactly happened? In her excitement, she used abusive language in her post about her achievement. This generally happens. Even you would have seen this in your circle, in your scenario, where the students, out of some sort of an excitement, they come up with an abusive language. They think that's, speaking like that is really cool. Especially the students after 8th standard, forever after that. In fact, even as a teacher, sometimes you would have used your mother tongue for coming up with something. Even the words like, kutta, no, damn it, and things like that. These are not supposed to be used, it seems. And I can't have the beeping on a live session like that. That's the reason I'm not really speaking on some other words. But it's in her excitement, she used the language, post about her in her post about her achievement. A digital citizenship superhero, that means a person, commented on her post, telling her nicely to watch her language. She replied inappropriately. This exchange became viral and came to the notice of NASA. As a result, her internship was completely cancelled. NASA immediately cancelled the internship for the way she was behaving online. She would have not gotten into trouble if only she had behaved like a proper digital citizen. So, what exactly does this convey? It conveys that it is not at all about what kind of merits that you have, what kind of a scholar you are. It's all about the behavior. And that is why most schools out there, even in reality, I mean, it's not about the virtual world, even in reality, they teach manners first, they teach discipline first, and then the subjects come, as the next phase. You need not score 100 out of 100. That's okay, but you need to behave well. That's more important. So exactly like this, on a digital world, a student or a student or a citizen has to be responsible enough to be very careful about what they're speaking. Whenever we speak something by words, like by mouth, whatever I'm saying right now, probably in a physical interaction, they will be forgotten. But whatever we write or record things on the internet is going to be permanently etched over there. It's like documenting your work. There are times when you go and look back at your old work online, you'll feel so embarrassed. Arey, this is so childish. Did I write this? So I've felt this. I've felt this multiple times. Whenever I see my old articles and all, like 10, 12 years back, I feel so dumb about myself. I smile looking at the progress that I've made in my life. But just imagine if that documentation is not really appropriate. You use something that's hurting some people's sentiments, then there is a regret that follows on forever in our life. That is what we're going to talk about today. What are the areas where the children are going to suffer, ethical aspects of cyber safety and security if they don't follow the things psychologically? What are the harms that this particular nonsense, I wouldn't say nonsense, because this need not happen. This need not happen at all, but if it happens, it's definitely nonsense. It's not required. You should be strong enough to understand. And most of the crimes, most of the things that are committed by us is because of our innocence. And there are certain things that comes right after that. Here we go.
Vasu sir, you're on mute.
Okay, I did not even check the chat, I'm so sorry. 10:29. Okay, I think I was on mute for the last 30 seconds, 1 minute approximately. Correct. Okay, I'm so sorry. Psychological aspects of cyber safety and security is something that really bothers us a lot. Now, how does it bother? Because sometimes whenever we get or when we become the victim of something like this, we become very helpless. We do not know what to do right after that. This has generally happened, and in India, many people have been a victim of job offerings. I think you know that. Suppose you are there as a teacher in one of the schools and you have applied in few other portals, like it could be a naukri.com, monster.com, timesjob. Wherever you apply, there are people who are observing this. And once this data gets leaked that somebody has applied, there are some scammers and hackers out there who give you a call and say that, ma'am, I have a job in a very reputed school, you please join. Why don't you join? You apply and you join. Initially they'll not ask for any money. You will also continue with the process. After a few days, he'll be like, I need to take some printouts and xerox of your documentation. Could you please transfer 1,500 rupees approximately? You do that. Because if they ask 10,000 rupees, you wouldn't do that. But when it is in a gradual stepwise manner, we tend to do that, especially when we do not have the job, especially when we are really frustrated with our life that we need to do something right now. These are the mindsets that we have where we take this immediate decision of depending on a phone call that becomes very, very dangerous. That is why these websites, after few years, they came up with this statement called as, we will never call you for your OTP. We will never call you to transfer money online. We will never call you to ask for your account details. So these are some of the pointers that came very recently, but 2 to 3 years back, they were not there. In case if anyone is a victim of that kind of scenario, you can put it on the chat. Even I was a victim quite a long time back. I lost around 5,000 rupees, which I still feel miserable about. But the point is, helplessness is the first thing. You can't understand whom to go to. And there was a recent news here in Bangalore about somebody who posted their home for rent, and somebody claimed them to be an army officer, and they got some details because of which she lost around 98,000 rupees. She filed a complaint online. So this is the recent news. Coincidentally, yesterday or day before yesterday, I came across to know about this. Second thing is panic. Panic is somewhere where you suddenly your credit card or the debit card shows you that you have got a pending of 25 lakh rupees to be paid to the bank, or else your complete savings is actually transferred to somebody else. The panic creates unnecessary worry. This is also something that we need to avoid, and this can be avoided only when you know about all these things. The next most irritating is self blame. Just imagine sometimes when you go for by mistake you click on a link. Just because you clicked on the link, it takes you to a place which is kind of going to harm you. You will start blaming yourself. You're like, I did not even know this. I'm an educated person, but still I was not able to be aware about so and so thing, and I did it. Self blame is another psychological effect. Frustration, you can't, sometimes you can't come out throughout your life. Sometimes it happens, like you message somebody something, and that got used in another manner, and it has spoiled the life of a particular person completely. That has happened many times. Frustration, and this frustration is seen very high, especially among the students who are there in this bracket of 9th standard to 12th standard. Of course, even the higher grades, but when we go for higher grades, they have this ability to manage. The mental development has come to a certain stage after 18, 19 years of age. But when you talk about these school students, they are scared to go to the teacher. They're scared to go to the parents too, more importantly, especially in India. So this frustration leads to uh, you know unnecessary steps of self blame and eventually sometimes suicides as well. But there are certain portals where you can raise the complaints without even revealing your identity. So which are those portals? We'll talk about it after some time. Anger is something that's always there. I'll find anger to be positive as well, because if you are angry about something, you'll take a step towards closing and clearing that. So that's not totally negative, but definitely not totally positive. And more importantly, fear something that you never wanted to have. So these are some of the psychological aspects of cyber safety and security. Card was used in Bangalore, lost 25,000 rupees. Okay. Oh my God. 25,000 is huge. I really feel bad for you. But you can actually, take steps and go to, some places. Let's understand if you can use this portal. Some elements that affect us towards all these things are cyberbullying, cyber stalking. For example, cyberbullying is all about somebody keeping on nudging you, talking about uploading your pictures and saying that you're a bad guy, you're so fat and things like that. Body shaming is a very big crime online. You're not supposed to talk about religion. You're not supposed to motivate people towards something. Opinions, just because we have got freedom of speech doesn't really mean that you talk about it hurting somebody's sentiments. It's really bad. This is the etiquette of a digital citizenship superhero. That's what I was talking about. Then cyber stalking, another big problem that generally high profile people face. For example, a principal in a school, it could be like somebody's regularly stalking and wanting to know the information about how many teachers are there, how many students are there. Or it could be cyber stalking in the world of entertainment, where an actor or an actress is always nudged, followed, and you keep leaving the messages. I'm there, just over here, I'm able to watch you, can I please interact with you for one selfie, blah blah blah. All these come under the category of cyber stalking. Cyber grooming is very dangerous and very, very common in India, especially for the students of adolescence. What they do is it's like a fake friendship. It's like, talking very politely. Hi, may I know who is this? I just saw you somewhere and I would like to talk to you for just 1 minute if you have time. Online, this is happening online. And then you interact in a manner that's so nice that the person on the other side feels that, oh, he's the right person to talk to. Eventually, after a week or two's conversation, they're like, can we just meet outside the coffee day over there? And the person will be like, yeah, why not, let's catch up. And this catching up leads to unavoidable emotional relationships that can really affect you emotionally, more importantly physically. So there has been numerous number of cases as reported by Cybercrime India, especially under this category of cyber grooming. I'll show you which are the places where these information is present are present. Ransomware is about money getting stolen. I can find some inferences coming on the chat. And identity theft is again super dangerous. Morphing happens. It's like your face is put on some other body, and it's like your identity is completely stolen. It's just not stolen, it's like replaced. So that's really bad. Copyright infringement and illegal downloads, these are still common. If at all you found, just imagine there's this movie called as Jawan. Okay, it got released, but it's still not released online. And if you do not have this thing to go to the movie theater and watch the movie, you try to find links from where you can watch it online or download it online, especially on Telegram. See, on this Telegram, they've got so many bots over there, so many pirated content over there. Students, even now, there are many teachers out there who would have used a document or a research paper that cannot be downloaded online. You need to pay for it, but they are available at free of cost on Telegram. And you click on the link over there. That itself is like the biggest gate opener of a big Trojan horse. And you know that inside this Trojan horse, there are people. Still you open the gates by clicking on these links. In fact, these pirated CDs, pirated compact disc, used to be sold in open market. It used to be there. And now I've seen it myself. I have purchased some of them. I did not know that they were wrong, and then once I came to know about it, we even raised questions to the shopkeeper. They don't have answers. But now these are like, after the awareness, these are reduced to a large extent. I hope you're not part of that, but if you are, kindly avoid clicking on links. That's this is not just not for you, it's also for the students who are listening to me right now. And uh, Oh, Sarabjit ma'am, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So all these things are like getting the permission. I have something to talk about on that particular area in few seconds. Let me go for the next one. So whenever we talk about these aspects of work that we are getting into, this is coming under the category of digital footprints. Whenever we do something online, they all come under the category of digital footprints. Now, this is coming under the category of active and passive. Watch this very carefully. Active is something that you know very well. Okay, this is what I'm doing. But passive is something that will not at all know. What are these things? Active. These are the footprints you intentionally leave behind. Your comments on various posts. Yes, you know that you're commenting something. The images you share, you know that these are the images that are getting shared. Your likes and dislikes on a particular content, it could be Twitter, it could be Facebook, it could be Google, anywhere you can like the content. But passive, your search history, these footprints are created without you even realizing it. Your search history, the data collected by website when you browse them, you think that whenever you're browsing something and when you delete the history, you think that it is completely taken away. No, there is nothing called as delete. In the world of internet, anything that you delete can be recovered. Anything. For example, when somebody says that you can delete it online, I would say that the word delete and its literal meaning doesn't exist in the dictionary of internet. So anytime when we chat something, anytime we speak something, anytime we send the pictures on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on Instagram, these are never deleted. Everybody in one way or the other can access it. In case if there are any students listening to me right now, or the parents listening to me right now, that who are allowing their children to send pictures to their relatives, to their family members, to their friends, to their closed ones in one way or the other. If you are completely okay that these pictures, even if it goes online, there's no problem with that. It's completely fine. But otherwise, if you find that to be a secret information, let me tell you something. That is not secret at all. Anybody can take it up. Yeah. So that's with respect to, and just to give us a fake, I wouldn't say fake completely, but a fake dilasa, a fake consolence. It's like your chat is end-to-end encrypted. End-to-end encryption means it's protected. Whatever you're chatting, nobody will come to know. No, don't believe that. Don't believe anything of that sort. Please go ahead and stop sharing images or pictures or messages that can be used against you in future. Well, the data collected by websites when you browse them, location details while using the apps. In fact, these days when you take a picture also, it'll track where did you take that picture. Well, sometimes these features are very useful, but sometimes they can be a little harmful, because the person will come to know, okay, this is the exact place where you're actually present. Yeah. Oh, fantastic, Fatima. Fatima ma'am has got a good comment over there. Certification of impact.pdf. Files with this extension may be harmful to your device. Are you sure you want to download this file? Yes, you can download it, because the person who has uploaded that particular file is me over here, and I'm authenticating that you can download. It is completely safe. And I'm authenticating it because of two reasons. One, the file is created by me. I can see that it is from my account. And secondly, whenever you're downloading from Zoom. So these are the only two entities that are present over here, and you can be assured that yes, this is safe. That's a good question, Fatima ma'am. Like, you can figure out, how you can take it. It's completely fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. You're absolutely right. Nisha ma'am, you're fine. Don't worry. Okay. So in order to summarize the digital footprint, right after this, we'll see a video. It's something like digital footprints are permanent. Digital footprints can be broadcasted. Digital footprints are shareable. Digital footprints are searchable. Most importantly, digital footprints are copyable as well. You can copy them. So what exactly happens? Companies collect and analyze digital footprints such as browsing history, social media interactions, and online purchases to create ads based on individuals' preferences and behaviors. You know that, right? When a newborn baby is born, all the advertisements are related to First Cry or any organization, Huggies, Pampers. The moment I open my YouTube channel, it's everything about the baby. Few years back, when I was just about to get married, it was all about photographies, all about jewelries, all about saris. And it's like people come to know. How do they come to know? This is called as data mining. One company will be always responsible for finding what each person is actually searching on internet. Based on that, the suggestions are given. Search becomes very simple. The advertisers will immediately come and contact you, and sometimes it's a good thing because you come to know about the people who are providing the service. But what if these people whom you're talking to are actually scammers and hackers? We need to be careful about it. That's why digital footprint. Anyways, let me stop share the screen for a few seconds. I hope everyone got an idea of the psychological aspects of cyber safety and security up to a certain extent. Yeah, what are the things that we can undergo and what could be done to avoid it? We'll definitely have a do's and don'ts at the last, but right now I want to show you something really amazing, which is more like an initiative taken by government of India in order to be safe online. What are we talking about? We are talking about this website called as staysafeonline.in. And for that I need to share my screen again, which looks something like this. Okay. Now this is staysafeonline.in. I'll share this link on the chat as well, teachers, because it's very important in case if you want this to be, if anyone out there, would like to have some session with the students, then this is the right website to be spoken on. And here they've got a lot of awareness program. But let me play this video over here. I'm sorry. Come back. Okay. Okay, let me come back over here and play this here. I hope you're able to hear the audio.
A fast-paced world, constantly adapting to new technologies. A world that has become a hyper-connected global village, where technology has connected every part of our lives to the internet. Technology that has brought our world together in a click has also unleashed the global menace of cybercrime. Today, with nearly the entire human race getting online, no one is entirely safe with insufficient awareness about cybersecurity. In the year of India's G20 presidency, India joins the world in the global effort to address the global need for cybersecurity awareness with the launch of the Stay Safe Online campaign. Stay Safe Online is a global campaign aimed at making netizens across the world more aware and vigilant when it comes to online safety. Whether using strong passwords, using OTP while accessing e-commerce sites, or not keeping sensitive data on portable devices, the Stay Safe Online campaign will empower netizens to stay secure against untoward incidents. Under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visionary leadership, India joined the global technology revolution's mainstream. Today, with India accounting for 40% of all real-time global online transactions, it is fast embracing technology as a way of life. Stay Safe Online campaign will enable and inform netizens to make the digital world cyber safe and cyber secure for all. Share your videos of safe online experiences with hashtag StaySafeOnline. Log on to www.mygov.in/StaySafeOnline to join the Stay Safe Online campaign.
One of the important steps taken by Government of India to talk about safety, and we came up with StaySafeOnline.in, and that looks something like this. Great. So here we go, and under this particular website you have got the awareness topics, awareness materials, and if at all there is a session that's being planned by one of the teachers out there in this particular group, you can come to this particular platform and you can get all the topics coming under that. In fact, the materials, which includes PPT and videos as well, and you can have all these quiz competition. You can have methods to avoid social media addiction, digital addiction, and you can complete the complete course that they talk about. In fact, there are regular tips that is provided over here. So for example, cyber security tip of the day on 11th October, they said that you need to use the latest Bluetooth version. There are a lot of scamming that's happening via Bluetooth as well. Similarly, investment scams, never fall prey into such fraudulent ideas, which is like invest on so and so website. There are so many websites out there who say that invest in my website, or give me your money and I'll double it and give it to you back. It's like the stock market websites and things like that. And the moment you search about investments, all these advertisements will come. Do not fall prey to that, and they'll have all these awareness programs coming over here. See, criminals cheat a woman in Bangalore impersonating army officer. So 2 days back I came across that, and now we even have that news incidentally on the website as well. So I would request you to please come to this website called as staysafeonline.in. You'll get to know a lot of information. So this is with respect to the awareness on what government of India is doing. There's one more thing, like what if I got into it? What if now I am a victim? What should I do next? And for that, there is an amazing portal of cybercrime. Let me share that particular information as well online. And in case if there is a principal out there or a computer science teacher or anyone, any coordinator for that matter, I would request you to please make a very big A3 or chart paper, put this information and paste it on the notice board. Sometimes students might not want to come and ask for it. They want to just know it. And knowing it online is again very difficult because already they are a victim of it. End of the day, paper matters. So where is that website? This is the place where it is. Okay, and I think you're able to see this. Yes, Sarabjit ma'am, you're right. You're absolutely right. In fact, most of these information are taken from there only. National Cybercrime Reporting Portal. Yeah, this is the place where you have got this awareness is the key to prevention of cybercrime, and 19304 for online financial fraud is the number. And what's really interesting over here is I can actually come down and find out. See, October is the National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Yeah, so that's the reason we choose the topic in October. And you can see that learn about cybercrime. Now this particular link is kind of everything is present over here. So we spoke about the 5 kind of crimes that can happen, right? But look at the list the Ministry of Education has for us. So it's like child pornography or child sexual abusive material, CSAM, cyberbullying, cyber stalking, cyber grooming, online job fraud, online sextortion, wishing, sexting, smishing, SIM swap scam, it's called as S3S, debit credit card fraud, impersonation and identity theft, phishing, spamming. Click on that, they'll tell you the meaning of it. Click on that, they'll tell you the meaning of it. Virus, worms, and trojans. What exactly data breach is all about. A denial of services and distributed DOS. So this is again denial of services. Attack is an attack intended for denying access to computer resource. Now, this is also a very big criminal mistake. You're not supposed to tell that you're not allowed to use this information. It is compulsory, and especially for the owner who created it. So yeah, website defacement. Sometimes what will happen is in your website, they'll come up with some images that are really inappropriate. People will never come back to your images or websites. That's why website defacement. Cyber squatting is an act of registering, trafficking in or using domain name with an intent to profit from the goodwill of a trademark belonging to someone else. For example, just to come up with super teacher is the name. That is my name or registered name over here. If this particular name is used on some other website for, making more profits, just because, this particular website has got more followers, that's coming under the category of squatting. That's nice, right? Cyber squatting. Farming, PHARMING. Farming is a cyber attack aiming to redirect a website's traffic to another bogus website, very close to cyber squatting. Then crypto jacking, online drug trafficking, espionage. So the espionage is all about the act of practice of obtaining data and information without the permission and knowledge of the owner. Espionage is the exact thing that has happened with Sarabjit ma'am few minutes back. I think, oh, you got the help from cybercrime. That's fantastic. Yeah. So this is with respect to the cybercrime website. I hope everybody got an idea. Coming to the last part of the session with respect to, the do's and don'ts of the cybercrime. And for that, I would like to share my screen with some activities. This will be the last 10 minutes, teachers, not more than that. Whenever you do something online, I would request you to follow something called as two-step verification. For example, let me share my screen. If at all there is any person out there who is in dire necessity of opening an email in another computer in another country or a place, you should use the first thing called as incognito mode. What do you mean by incognito mode? Whenever you go to the top 3 dots of the Google Chrome, you can see there is something called as incognito mode, new incognito window. The moment you open that, you'll see this. like a black hat, right? You have gone incognito. And under this particular website, now you can go to gmail.com. For example, I type gmail.com, and you'll see that even if I'm using my own computer, it will ask me to enter my user ID and password. And this is very important because it is not that easy for a hacker or a black hat to come and hack something that happened on incognito mode, because this does not leave much of footprints on that particular system. Ideally not to be done, but even if you are in a dire necessity of using internet on a public forum, preferably use it on incognito mode. In fact, even the cyber police out there, whenever they find information that so and so person has sent a message from so and so cyber cafe or a public computer, they don't trust that information. Do you know why? Because they know that if at all there is a scammer, there is a hacker who has used it from the public domain, and if he has done it on not an incognito mode, that means they're deliberately trying to defame someone. So even if you do not use, if your credentials are used by someone else, and it is like put the blame on that particular person, it's like that. So that can be avoided. I mean, even if that happens, cybercrime people will know that you are not the person for it. So it's always suggested to go incognito whenever you're using a public computer. This public computer can be even your school computer. I'll repeat it. This public computer can even be your school computer. Try to use incognito as much as possible. Second thing, okay, incognito done. I'm very clear about it. Have something called as two-step authentication. Now, what do you mean by two-step authentication? I think you know about two-step authentication. In order to use the incognito mode, you need to go to the top three, the corner of any browser. I'm using Google Chrome right now, and you can see that there is something called as new incognito window. Click on that, and it will open the incognito window. You got that? Or else in Mozilla Firefox, I think it is called as enable private browsing. Enable private browsing. So that is with respect to incognito window. Now the second thing is, okay, now I'm logging in. What exactly I'm supposed to do next? I'll show you something, teachers. You will be surprised. myaccount.google.com. If at all you have gmail.com or a Google account, go to myaccount.google.com and you'll be able to see everything about whatever you've done online. For example, I come to data and privacy. The moment I come to data and privacy, you can come down. For examples, things you have done, things you have done and places you have been. Now there is something called as YouTube history, location history, web and app activity. Everything is on. I click on maps timeline. The moment I click on maps timeline, look at this. You'll be surprised that wherever I went, since the day I logged in onto the computer, I can get the information. So the dots that you can see over here is the dots, are the dots that have been recently, visiting. So you can see that. Let me select the year 2023. Let me select the month, say June. I think June I was not here. I'll select June, and then day probably. Let me select probably 15th. So the moment I click on 15th June, where did I go to? Oh, I went to only one place. I went to the supermarket. This is my home. I went to the supermarket, probably my wife's torture, and I would have got some groceries after a lot of struggle. This is the maximum. Let's go check with some other date. How about 10th of June? Let's click on that. I never went anywhere. Come on, June 28. Okay, June 28, I was in Mumbai. Then I traveled to Shirdi. Oh yeah, I remember I did that. And this particular information, if at all I know your password, I can access that. So it's not about your emails alone. Where you went, what did you do, what did you purchase? See, I went to Food Express and I had a coffee in Food Express. So the barista made, yeah, and that's written over there. So all these things are kind of scary. So even when I want to look back at my life, where did I go? You don't have to sit and think. I can simply come over here and check where did I go. I went to Sisha BML school on so and so date. So now if I take the records of say 2021, let's go with 2021. And let's talk about, see. So you can see all the red spots. 2021, I did not travel much of India. You can see it was mostly COVID time. I was there in the southern part of India and Mumbai. That's it. Anything in 2019? Let me try that. 2019, 2019 severe travel has happened. Okay. So this is with respect to my account. I think you know it. So this is my account.google.com if you're using your Gmail. Now what you're supposed to do over here, we came here because under the security column, you'll see that how you sign in to Google. You come down and there is something called as two-step verification. Now I have enabled this. I would request you to please click on this and enable it if you have not done. Two-step authentication is all about having your mobile phone also with you. It is like the moment you try to log in, it will send an OTP to your mobile phone. Are you really trying to log in somewhere? There'll be a prompt message on your mobile phone. So in that case, you have to say yes if you're logging in. But if your mobile phone is not with you, or it's with you and somebody else is trying, then you can press no. Immediately the tracking can happen. So this is two-factor authentication, very, very important. I'll repeat it. You need to go to myaccount.google.com. Under that, go to security. Under that, you will have how you sign into Google. Click on two-step verification. There are a lot of other features as well over here. Please check that little later after the session. I hope you got the point. Let's conclude the session with one more information, and that is the ethical aspect. And this is very important, even if you are not online. Look at this, teachers. Look at this. Before talking, think twice. People say that. Look at this. More than 2000 years ago in Greece, lived a wise, learned man named Socrates. Yeah. One day, his friend excitedly approached him with a gossip about someone. Gossips are very interesting, right? Especially when the person is not there. But look at this. Socrates told him to stop and first answer three questions related to gossip. What are those three questions? First, filter of truth. Is it true? So whenever you're speaking something, check for yourself if it is true. Second, filter of goodness. Is it really good? I mean, good information. It could be a piece of advice, an idea to be shared, an initiative to be taken to impact others. Is it really good? The third question, filter of useful. Is it useful? Even if it is good, even if it is true, if it is not useful, then don't talk about it. These are the three filter questions that Socrates suggested. And in fact, after reading this, after putting this in our computer science curriculum, I'm very strictly following on this. Somehow by subconsciously it is happening. So in case if you're, I'm okay. Teachers, if you're not audible, please put it on the chat. Filter of truth, filter of goodness, filter of usefulness. These are the three things. If you want to take a screenshot of this, put this on the notice board if possible. If all the questions have the answer yes, then the news can be freely shared. If one or more questions have the answer no, then we should carefully think about what exactly are we going to speak about or consequences of spreading it. If all the questions have the answer no, then it is recommended not to discuss it with others. So it's like just keep your mouth shut and leave from there. So these are the three things, and this is exactly that we're supposed to follow even online. Yeah. So for example, some of the things that you can do to avoid tagging people online without their consent. Generally, when you take a group photo and you upload it on Facebook, you tag the people. It's preferable, even if they're your family members, to call them and ask, can I tag you? I hope you're able to understand. And the moment you ask them, then it's okay. But if you don't, and if you tag, it's unethical. It's not good practice. It's netiquette, basically. Avoid giving permission to application to access your data. Sometimes when you download an app, it'll ask the permission to look at your contacts, gallery, audio, video documents. Sometimes these permissions are important. But if that particular app has got nothing to do with camera, you don't have to give the permission for camera. So think about the app. You can Google like what are the permission required for that particular app. Based on that, the permissions can be given. Avoid sending or accepting requests on social media if the person is unknown to you. It's very important. But these days, all of us are there on LinkedIn platform, and we think that LinkedIn is a very premium place where all are educated people coming. And no, don't think that. No, it's just a good marketing strategy by LinkedIn people to tell that LinkedIn is a good platform. It's a good thing, no doubt in that. But at the same time, even if in your close network, if there is a request or connect request coming from a person who's unknown, more importantly, without a message, then try to avoid it. Even if it's a message, be careful to verify if this person is the right person, claiming about it. Very careful, very important. Ensure to use the data that are allowed, which is usage rights. So this is the last part before closing the session. Whenever you search for an information online, teachers. So for example, I go tiger images. The moment I do this, you'll get to see that some of the images get loaded like this. Can I use all these images on my document? No, I'm not supposed to. Click on tools. I think you're able to see this. Click on tools, and there is something called as usage rights. I will zoom in a little bit to have a better view. So click on tools and you'll see usage rights. The moment you click on it, click on Creative Commons license. Now you will see all the pictures of tiger. These can be used. If at all you're making a material where tiger image is present and you're going to sell it to someone, that means you're making a business out of it. Make sure you select commercial and other licenses. So depending on whatever you're using, make sure you choose the right option and then start creating it or using it. This is the right ideal way of using pictures from internet. Or else Google has this features of inserting images from the web itself, which gets opened on the right side. I think you're able to see this. And now here itself, I can search tiger, for example, tiger. Now, whatever images I get over here, they are all by default usable. Nobody's going to ask you anything. So this is a very good method of using images, which generally at Super Teacher, we prefer to do this so that you're safe from somebody coming and complaining that you're using my content. I hope you're able to understand. That's it. So now we are coming to the last summary of do's and don'ts of cyber safety and security. Make sure that you avoid these things called as dark web. People use hotline numbers for talking to each other, which are after different frequency. These are something related to the cyber attacks. But anyways, what are the do's and don'ts towards that? Create a superhero password. Now, this is basically student friendly document. That's the reason I've written it like this. Make strong and unique passwords like a secret code only you know for your online accounts. Um, my name is Vasudevan. My birthday is on December 24. Doesn't mean my password is Vasudevan 24. No, that is very simple to guess. Anybody can create it. These days there are AI programs that can generate password depending on your name and details of yours. So it's always better to use @ symbol, dollar symbol, exclamatory mark symbol, as many syllables and symbols and possible. That's it. Add a shield with two-factor authentication. We saw two-factor authentication just now, how to enable it. Yeah. Update your defender means antivirus all the time. Try to keep it as updated as possible. Keep secret. Never share any information or secret online, not even to your best friend on, and call them home and talk to them over the years. That's anytime better. Think before you leap. So look before you click. Whenever you click on a particular link, make sure that this link is not really taking you to a website that's causing some sort of a harm to you. Yeah. Finally, a privacy setting for your friends. That means if you're there on Facebook, Instagram, make sure that your account is becoming private until, like, unless it's really necessary. For example, some people are influencers. They want to become social media heroes and heroines. At the time, they don't want to keep it private. They'll keep it public, but they'll have good methods to be safe with online abuse and things like that. So make sure that your accounts are private. Connect to trusted Wi-Fi networks, especially when you go to airports and railway stations. There are Wi-Fi networks coming out there. Just try to make sure that there's a proper OTP coming into picture. You use the right platform, things like that. Back up your treasure. Whenever there is hard disk full of data, make sure you have additional hard disk with another backup data. Finally, the don'ts over here. Don't tell strangers everything. Sometimes what happens is, when we go for any gathering out there, when we talk to a stranger, we comparatively feel comfortable because they're not judgmental. So we think that they're good, but no, avoid it, especially online. No, big time, no. Don't click on weird things. Sometimes it could be an image, it could be a link, suspicious email. Don't do that. Don't trust strangers online is the same point like the first point. Don't be a cyber bully. Don't do important stuff on public computers, like sending an important mail. No, avoid it. Even for, these days when you have to Xerox something, the Xerox company or the printer shop over there will have their own mail ID. Such, like, send the link to them, give an access for only 2 or 3 minutes, let them print it out, immediately get the access back, and try to print it out from the browser itself. Do not download and print it. These are some of the small things. Many people claim that they are a Xerox shop or printer shop, but hackers are present there as well. Don't share your every move. Don't download weird stuff. Don't download weird stuff. You understand? Don't leave your stuff unattended. That means whenever you are there in mobile phone or laptop, you're keeping in the airport, and then you went for ordering some food. In that particular time, anybody can do anything with your mobile phone. They might not steal. Stealing is also still better, but they might do something in which you can be easily tracked forever in life. That's it. These are the don'ts. So this brings me to the end of the cyber safety and security. Whatever I spoke today was again another summary of cyber safety and security of whatever CBSE and CIT spoke about. If you want to go and attend these training programs, I would request you to go to this website as CIET. See, this is how it looks like. Central Institute of Educational Technology. And here they keep a track of all the webinars. Here in this case, whatever I spoke today was from 5th June, cyber safety and security policy, need and perspective. Last week we did that. Technical aspects of cyber safety, the malware, ransomware, and all these things. Psychological aspects, the fear, panic, and all, which we spoke about. Legal aspects, staysafeonline.in and the cybercrime website and all these things. Ethical was about how to behave online, which is called as the digital footprint. So we have kind of covered everything in a khichdi manner, which is kind of tasting good right now. But it's very important to access the raw materials so that you remember the whole recipe. I hope you're able to understand what I'm saying. I'm simply blabbering something maybe because I'm hungry, but I hope you understood what I intended to say. So anyways, teachers, that's it from my side. I took an extra time today. I'm very sorry. Due to some technical defects, I had to start the session late. I'm very sorry about it, but thanks for being there continuously. I would like to reiterate one last thing. Make sure that whenever you are announcing your friends and colleagues that join the Super Sunday workshop, tell them the code. Yeah, Sukdira 24 or 246, the last 3 digits of your mobile number, whatever it could be, and let them put this thing. And within 3 Sundays, if you are able to bring 50 more people, I would extend my gratitude in whatever possible ways I can. Definitely certification of impact. Let's conclude the session. Thank you so much for being online so consistently for such a long time. I would like to see you with another fantastic topic, not cyber safety and security. It's done with another interesting topic in the upcoming Super Sunday workshop. We'll launch this on our website and the Telegram channel as well. I would request everybody to fill up the reflection form and please answer all the questions on cyber safety and security. They're very easy. And based on the answers that you give, the certifications will be released. And with the certification, we'll also send you the PDF document on the certification of impact, and you can continue your work. Yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you so much. Jai Hind to one and all. Happy weekend. Bye everyone. If there is any question, you can ask me right now on the chat. Otherwise, you can leave the call. Be with your family. Microsoft Adobe software is available at a price. No, this is a guaranteed fraud, Basudev sir. You're absolutely right. If you want to buy Microsoft Office, go to the official website of Microsoft. Nowhere else. Even if you have to spend a little bit extra, that's completely fine. Most of the frauds happen because there is some sort of a discount with a third party. No, never. Even if you're buying a house, even if you're getting into buying a land, these are big level scams that happens in India. Do not trust the brokers because many agents are there in the picture. Try to contact the owner of that particular land or a house, talk to them. And such kind of scams are not happening only to common people. It is happening even to great actors and actresses and who are celebrities out there, politicians out there. Be very careful about it. That's a good question that you brought out. Vijay Gupta, sir, it is there on the YouTube channel. You can access it. Archana ma'am, the code is your name underscore the last 3 digits of your mobile number. That particular code needs to be shared with all the people who are joining from you or through you. Okay. That's great, Basudev sir. Even I need to activate my Windows. I've already applied, but still I did not get the code. Okay. Yes, Priyanka ma'am, there is an upcoming session on lesson planning, how effectively a lesson could be planned. One, whatever is suggested by the competency-based education. Another, that as a super teacher team, whenever we try to teach the children, surprisingly, in the last 5-6 years, we've got very good reviews about our methodologies. So I'm also coming up with a plan of my lesson plans. That's super teacher lesson plans. So we will talk about that as well. Let's see. Vishnu Priya ma'am, a good free antivirus software is your Windows Defender itself. If you're using Microsoft Windows, use Windows Defender, which is present on your computer by default. Keep updating it. Nisha ma'am, making reel is completely safe. There's no problem with that. It's just like uploading an image. If you're comfortable with the reel, upload it. The fact of that will be misused is used to spread awareness, not just to avoid the misuse, but also if you see somebody else, if your relative or if your student out there with a morphed content, or if something that's really negative, Do not trust that information. That's the ultimate point of it. Yeah. Every time for Zoom meeting, even after registering 2 days before. Oh, Deepali ma'am, I'll look into it. You don't have to register every time. No. Super teacher team members, please look into Deepali ma'am's concern. Mahananda sir, Microsoft 365. Yeah, why not? You can procure it and put it on the lab. What is there in that? I'll repeat, Vishnupriya ma'am, no other antivirus I would suggest, because considering this to be a public forum, I'm being very confident about one that's called as the Defender. That's the reason I'm, saying only that. But it could also be the other brands. Many brands have got their own uniqueness. It could be McAfee antivirus, Kaspersky, or Norton antivirus. There are so many others coming into picture that are Indian made as well. But the problem with most of these antiviruses, some people believe that whenever this antivirus gets expired, these antivirus will start creating virus in your system, making you mandate like compulsory for you to renew that. So avoid it. Geeta ma'am, like if all the people have to receive the link of all the sessions, request you to please join the Telegram group. Arka ma'am, you're absolutely right. All computers in cafe are public computers. We need no, ideally no. Even if you're doing it, try to use incognito mode. Whenever you're downloading something on that cyber cafe, make sure you delete it on the hard disk. But still, it can be recovered. So it's like ideal not to do it. If you're having your own device, that's the best thing that can happen. Thank you, Sarabjit ma'am. You've been encouraging since a long time. Probably that's running there in our nerves. So thank you for that. Thank you, Himlata ma'am. Lakshmi ma'am, next session would be completely on another topic. Will not touch the cyber safety and security. Please don't mistake me. I would request you to please go through the YouTube channel. It'll be better, please. Sukdira ma'am, you don't have to be scared. That's okay. It's just that it's always scary whenever we come to know new information, right? So it's just not about cyber safety. Even if you come to know about a particular person, new information about the person, it's still scary. You might have thought that the best friend of yours is of a certain characteristic traits, but suddenly you will come to know that no, I'm like this also. It'll be scary. So whenever there is a new information coming, it'll always be scary. The thing about this particular information that we're talking about, we are talking about the other side of this coin, which is the disadvantages. But just imagine, by being at home, you were able to complete at least 10-12 courses in the last 6 months. That's the advantage that the internet is bringing, right? And whenever you wear a gold ornament and when you go to a party, you're always carrying a risk of somebody snatching it or being the victim of a theft. So it's there everywhere. We can't really avoid it. Avoid is no, it's never part of life right after the birth. So it's completely fine. Don't be scared of that. Today's Rashmi ma'am, you will get it on the mail itself. Don't worry, Mitali ma'am. I am the one who has uploaded the certificate. You can download it. It's completely fine. Okay. Arpita ma'am, if you go through the YouTube video one more time, I think you will get that. But right now, I don't want to spend time on that if you don't mind. Can you please message me on WhatsApp? I'll send you the document. Okay. Poonam ma'am, Pradeep sir. Yes, sir. But ChatGPT, you can use it. Yeah, it's secure only. No problem. It cannot, be a very harmful thing. Just make sure that you don't use the information completely given over there somewhere else. Don't apply that directly without proper exploration on that regard. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's great, Poonam ma'am. Things he told about Socrates, is it true? Yeah, Vasudev sir. Completely true. I'm not speaking anything that's fiction. You can actually Google about it. And I have written that in the textbooks, computer science textbook, that your school is going to use in the upcoming academic year. You will get to see many people like Socrates. I follow Socrates a lot. Yeah. Okay. Yes, yes, Poonam ma'am, it's completely safe. You can go to the cybercrime website where there is a point of report this information anonymously. That could be done. Yeah, on Facebook as well. Deepak said that's a good thing. Telegram link is present on the reflection form. If you're not getting it over there, it is there. You can message me. My number is also there. Thank you so much, Rishi ma'am. That's yes, Adipa ma'am, that's a good point. Some debit and credit cards are with Wi-Fi connection. Try to go to the internet banking and set some value to it. For example, through Wi-Fi or the tap mechanism of credit cards, you can have a maximum transaction of 2000 rupees or 1000 rupees. Put a bracket over there. It will be better. You can't have the bigger scams happening over there. It's like even if there is some wrong thing happening, you're at a lower loss level. No, Arka ma'am, Wikipedia cannot be a trusted source of information because it's an editable document by the public. Even you and me can edit whatever is written on Wikipedia. So it's ideally not the right source of information. Nisha ma'am, the CIET sessions that are present are even more detailed. I would request you to please follow that. Considering the timeline of Super Sunday workshop, I am not able to elaborate a lot on cyber safety and security. Maybe if we have a training program arranged on this, it will definitely go up to 6 hours. So that is the depth of content that cyber safety and security has. Maybe at that time, I'll announce it. You can join the program. Okay, great, great. Thank you, everyone. Sajyoti ma'am, yes, we are tracked everywhere. If at all I know your mail ID, I can tell you what food did you have day before yesterday in the restaurant that you went in your area. Yeah, it's that bad. But that's okay. That's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's okay. Knowing that somebody's tracking itself is a big understanding, and we can be safeguarded. Please talk about all these things to your children. More importantly, especially the adolescent age group. We keep conducting a lot of sessions. There are very good people out there who conduct very good cybersecurity sessions. Join those programs and get to have a good understanding. It's just a simple 40-45 minutes awareness program. Thank you, Aarti ma'am. Means a lot. Yes, I really love talking a lot. That's it. That's it. Yeah. Teaching is a very big word. I wouldn't say teaching. I'm not that good at teaching. I'm good at talking, maybe. Yeah. You are the teachers. Great. Shall we close the session? Yeah. Can I use a thing about Socrates as screenshot in my WhatsApp status? Should I remove the Super Sunday logo? Oh, wow. That's a very good question that you have asked, Basudev sir. This can be one of the good pointer of digital citizenship superhero. You have done a very good job, Basudev sir. Can I use a thing about Socrates as a screenshot on my what? You can definitely do that, but you cannot remove the super teacher logo. I hope you're able to understand, because the content of Socrates that I spoke about is from our content, which is created by super teacher Tim in-house. And we have a proper filing of the copyrights. Nobody can do that. So I would request you to use it, but with super teacher logo. Even if you do not, even if you remove the super teacher logo, and if somebody in a school finds out that this particular thing is present in their book and you have used it, even that school can file a complaint against you. I hope you're able to understand. So it's not about that ownership is with super teacher, but anybody can raise a complaint. I hope you're able to understand, Vasudev sir. That's a good question that you have asked. It directly signifies how responsibly a citizen can be online. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. Anu Mukherjee, ma'am, I'm sending my number. I have done that. Oh, sure, sir. Vasudev sir. I'm just, yeah. If you Google the same information on internet and if you get something, you can directly use it from there. That is also fine. I'm just, mentioning the fact of registration, trademarks, and all those things. Okay. Chalo, let's close for the session, teachers. I'll see you with another Super Sunday workshop with another interesting topic. Fair use of copyrighted file or digital asset is not strictly prohibited and hence cannot be treated as cybercrime. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But under the permission of that particular person. fair use of copyrighted file or any digital asset is strictly is not strictly prohibited and hence can be, but only when the permission is granted. So the strictness depends on the kind of content that we're talking about. Here in this case, it's a book that's being sold at a certain cost. It is definitely an important content for schools out there, for a company out there. So it like end of the day, it's all about the way you formulate it. It's not about little strict, more they are strict. That's it. So we can avoid that. It's not going to take much time for us to get the permission, and nobody's going to say no. Like so many content, but we can use open source content. For example, CBSE ka content is completely open source. I'm using that. We are permitted to do that. Anybody for that matter. No, Sangeet ma'am, big time, not at all safe to download from Telegram channel. No, don't do that. Telegram channel, it's just like WhatsApp. You get to see the messages, you get to see the images. That's it. And if you're part of a closed channel, that is the best thing that can happen. Yeah, don't be getting into a public channel. Let's close it. Chalo, bye everyone. I took a long time today. Bye everyone. I'll see you again with the next workshop with another interesting topic. Good a weekend and all the best for the upcoming week. Chuttiyon ka time hai. Please enjoy Navratri. Bye everyone. But if any copyrighted digital properties used in my website, media channel by editing, then that's a wrong thing, Arka ma'am. That's what. So even if you edit it, see, it. End of the day, the person who is going to use it knows it very well. That means you will know it if you're doing the right thing or not. If you believe that this information is fine, let me copy and put it, then you can go ahead and do it. See, we will never understand the intensity of a problem until the problem arrives. So it's always preferable to be, very cautious about it. After a certain point of time in life, when you grow, a big person online, when more subscribers come into picture, when people start loving your job, the way you talk to people, that's the time when all these small things will act like a loophole that you created at the back. So it's difficult to erase it little later. That's the reason. Yes, Arka ma'am, message me ma'am, we can talk again if you want. Yeah, chalo, if I say bye and continue talking again here, then the other people will kill me. Thank you so much. Bye everyone. All the best for your upcoming week.